TIL death from laughter is a recorded cause of death throughout history. One such instance, an English man laughed for 25 consecutive minutes at a joke on the TV show The Goodies. His widow wrote a letter to the show creators thanking them for making his last moments of life so pleasant. One fine day in the 3rd century BC, Chrysippus, the Greek Stoic philosopher, decided it'd be a good idea to get his donkey absolutely shit-faced drunk on wine. As the story goes, when the plastered pet bumblingly attempted to eat some figs, Chrysippus laughed so hard that his body perished and his spirit schlepped its way into the mythological Greek underworld. King Martin of Aragon's death is the second known case of death by laughter that involves animals and figs. One gluttonous day in 1410, after consuming an entire goose himself, King Martin's court jester Borad told him he had been out of the next vineyard, where I saw a young deer hanging by his tail from a tree, as if someone had so punished him for stealing figs. King Martin found this so uncontrollably fucking funny, he perished of what is thought to be a combo of laughter and indigestion. The Greek philosopher Chrysippus of Soli died laughing at one of his own jokes. Don't know that it was recorded as official cause, but a fish called Wanda apparently killed someone too. During the initial run of the film, a Danish named Ole Benson died during a screening when his heart rate rose to an estimated 250 to 500 beats per minute from laughing at a scene too hard, leading to a fatal heart attack. Reminds me of Monty Python's The World's Funniest Joke. Damn, I coulda died during the beginning of Meet Joe Black. We were at the theater and I did not want to go, so when they started milking the end of the bar scene I was ready to put myself out of my own misery. Then Brad flew and I started laughing so hard I was crying. Soon all the other guys in the theater joined in. After a bit they stopped but I could not. I tried everything I could think of. My wife finally made me leave the theater and that worked. But yeah, it was probably a good 5 minutes or so. That one scene was worth every movie I never wanted to see but had to, one of my favorite moments of cinema history. This one time I was with my former girlfriend and we were getting stoned, swapping stories. She starts to tell me about how when she was an 8-year-old kid she was playing doctor with a kid from across the street and he stuck a bobby pin in her butthole to check her temperature like a thermometer, and I knew, as an asthmatic, if I started to laugh right there, I knew I would die. So I just concentrated really hard to keep my face frozen and just motioned her to give me a moment while I was dying from laughter in my head. This moment lives in my family's history. I did not witness but heard the chaos. I was downstairs with the other boys playing Ken Griffey Jr. baseball on N64, but my dad's friend John laughed so hard at a joke my dad told that he fell forward and passed out forward onto the edge of the table which caused it to flip up, which hit my dad on the chin who was leaning forward, who reached up to grab his face inadvertently hitting my sister's arm, up who was holding her glass of soda, causing her to hit her mouth with her glass chipping her tooth, all of which scared the dog under our family friend's youngest brother's stool, which jumped up, knocking over the stool and causing him to hit his head on the ground, all of which scared the cat that freaked out and ran right through the screen door which scared my uncle outside smoking a cigarette who in turn knocked over his beer bottle and said "Aw fuck me Jesus," which made our family friend Chris who was out there talking to him laugh so hard that he almost passed out and peed a little. When we came up to see what's wrong, John had to go to the hospital. 2 kids were crying bloody murder, the cat was missing, the dog was licking up beer, my dad was bleeding everywhere and Chris was laying down outside trying to catch his breath, so yeah, laughing kills. My girlfriend, now wife, had just had her appendix out and it hurt when she laughed. We were watching Beavis and Butthead and they were commenting on a Michael Bolton video. Beavis, he's like trying to play heavy metal or something now. Butthead, he could probably make any kind of music suck. She busted up and then shrieked, "Turn it off, please turn it off." It was like the end of Halloween 3. Edit, found at https://www.youtube.com/watch, v = hvw4gy35t80. And corrected name, Michael Bolton not George Michael. Not pretty. I once saw 5 weasels die horrifically from laughter in a movie once. grinder, melted, crushed. All sorts of ways. If I laugh too hard I pass out. I am fat so I have to be careful not to pass out and tip forward, or I can't breathe. This happens if I cough too much as well, and once I indeed almost suffocated while riding in the back seat on the way home from the ER, where I had gone for bronchitis. It took my Wi-Fi and mother-in-law a minute to realize that I had passed out, and pull over to help. The only time I have ever truly felt terror was slowly waking up and not knowing who I was or who the people screaming in my face were. Edit. Thanks everyone for the kind words. I want to let you know that I have been trying to eat better, and make changes in my life to lose some weight and stay healthy for my wife and kids. I also appreciated all the jokes, they made me laugh, but not too hard. I was driving my sister home from school. I asked her if she could laugh like Mickey Mouse. She did. We laughed for a solid true 10 minutes. I had to pull off the road. It hurt so bad. We didn't know what to do. Very silly, and hilarious. I think that almost happened to me when I smoked salvia. The joke in reference seems to be a running joke in a scene that starts at the 12-minute mark. https://www. dailymotion.com/video/x6u0reg. Goodies. Goody goody yum yums. My Mexican dad almost died watching El Chavo del Ocho. Hell, the British used laughter as a weapon. Ernest Scribbler, a British writer of jokes, wrote a joke on a piece of paper only to die laughing. His mother also immediately died laughing after reading it, as did the first constables on the scene. Eventually the joke was contained, militarized, and deployed against Germany. As I recall, the joke could only be given out and read in parts because of how dangerous it was to those handling it. I probably saw this on the History Channel or something. You have to be careful. If a show is too funny you'll end up dead. I guess you're only truly safe by watching Two Broke Girls. If we could only weaponize the world's funniest joke, then we could use it against the Germans. I laughed so hard a few years ago it triggered my first panic attack, which led to a diagnosis of mild PTSD with anxiety. In a way it was good because it prepared me to cope with the panic attacks I get a few times a year. For the curious, it was this moment in Everyone Hates Chris. https://www. youtube.com/watch, v=gixgrlrbrtg, https://www. youtube.com/watch, v=gixgrlrbrtg. Beware Dandolo. I swear I came close to this tripping on acid once. Me and my friends decided to watch South Park while waiting for it to kick in. The episode where Bono from U2 turns out to be literally the biggest piece of shit ever nearly killed me. It was honestly painful, but if I had to choose one way to go, that would be it. Specifically, the Eki Thump sketch during the episode Kung Fu Cappers. I once knew a man with a wooden leg named Smith. The White Stripes named an album after this skit. I've been really close to passing out from laughing a couple times and it's fucking scary. Which makes you laugh even more. I fully believe it. I saw the Eric Andre Fruit Loops bit, https://youtube.b/9ulskovihnog, while stoned and it damn near killed me. I must have laughed for a solid 15 minutes. One memory I'll never forget, when I was 15 my parents told me they hope I end up with a good Christian girl. The thought that they'd care so much about religious preference was funny to me. 10 minutes later and I was still laughing, uncontrollably. It started to hurt my chest and was kinda scary in the moment. It's never happened since. Oh yeah, I remember watching some British documentary about this kinda thing. The Germans tried to weaponize jokes in World War II but it didn't work too well. My dog was born without a nose. How does he smell? Terrible.